Sugar Boogers, welcome back to the channel for yet another episode of Let's Play The Sims 4 Springston Legacy. So you guys, right now Indi is definitely all up in her feelings. She's having a minor vampire complex. This morning she woke up hoping her life for the past few days was just a really terrible nightmare. As she got up, she remembered the old saying that vampires don't have reflections. So if this was, genuinely her new reality, and she truly wasn't dreaming or having a nightmare, so to speak, she wouldn't have a reflection, right? So she got up and she checked out herself and discovered that she indeed saw nobody staring back at her in the mirror. In a fit of rage, she took off down the stairs, flying out of the front of the house into the middle of Forgotten Hollow, and just basically crying in hysterics because she is not okay with this lifestyle. She is not. Amelia's been trying to work with her. She's been trying to train her, trying to comfort her, all of these different types of things, and literally freaking Indigo Springston is a loose screw. She is kind of almost, I guess, not decompressing, so to speak, but deconstructing. And the hardest part of all of this, you guys, is that she's away from her daughter. She's away from Anaya. They haven't been ever separated, and she promised her she would never, ever grow up without a mother. And here she is in a situation that, honestly, she has never asked for. Of course, she's outside, and as any new vampire would know, the sunlight is not your friend, and she is burning to death, literally burning to a crisp. Now, I'm not gonna front. She's always been the girl that's had to slap on some extra sunscreen at the beach, to avoid getting a little roasted like a lobster. But this is a whole new type of burning sensation. So, of course, Amelia May Springston is coming out and trying to pick up the pieces, and all Indi has to say for herself is, I could really go for a grilled cheese right now. I love that, Amelia's just been here for her every step of the way. And, she's even picking up the pieces when she doesn't really need to. I'm going to have them both kind of come inside so that we avoid a pretty bad situation from occurring here. So a lot of you have been asking me, why isn't Anaya with Aiden, with her biological father? Well, as you guys can imagine, their relationship only came into play as of just recently. They really don't have any sort of knowledge of each other, and Anaya knows Brian a little bit more than she knows her own dad at this point. So for her, in this very traumatizing moment where she's not necessarily around her mom and she isn't really familiar with her surroundings, the one thing that we could do to kind of prevent her from being distressed is putting her in a familiar place. And sadly, Brian is that familiar, So I guess you guys could say that, they have to work on the relationship just a bit more before we can actually have, Aiden taking care of Anaya. And Brian still thinks that Indi's in the hospital receiving treatment for her anemia, but lo and behold, we all know that's not true. She's actually receiving some treatment for something else. Meanwhile, Nick is doing what Nick does every morning. He plays the organ, and Amelia is feeling quite famished. Yes, she needs to eat. So one of the things that these vampires are experiencing, because they are so powerful, they have a negative power point that kind of conflicts with their thirst. A lot of them, almost all of them, are sloppy drinkers. So every time that they eat or consume plasma of any type, it does very little for them. So they are excessive drinkers. This doesn't really affect Amelia because she will feed on the living, the dead, a plant. It really doesn't matter. But Nick, on the other hand, is a good vampire. He does not want to suck on the arteries of another sim. However, that does not stop our dear friend Amelia. We need to capture somebody, you guys, to be able to feed on them a little more frequently. So we're going to come over here and actually feed. We're going to give her a cheerful introduction, and I don't know who it is we're going to capture, but we're definitely going to end up capturing somebody, because now I know why other simmers have vampires with sims in the basement. I'm like, you guys are just sick. But I get it now. It's a life or death the death situation. So let's remark on her loud heartbeat as her freaking main artery is just bumping and thumping in there. We are going to drink her plasma and we are going to drain life spirit, basically sucking out every little last drop that we possibly can, straight from her vein. Of course, it's not happening because Giovanni is not going to allow it to be, and she has decided to go ahead and take off. Well, let's go try to compel her for a deep drink. Nope, she's totally ran away. She's like, no freaking thank you. All right, well, we are friends with this guy. Surprisingly, we have friends. I don't know if the vampire mod that I had actually does help or not with being able to drink from Sims. So I obviously want to kind of play around with that a little bit more and see if it's a possibility. Okay, so we are now able to compel for a deep drink. Hopefully this will put our needs into the green without us causing a scene in the middle of Forgotten Hollow. Because as you guys know, Nick Ravini is a very prestige vampire. He is very well known, very well respected, very well feared. And for instance, if he has someone sloppy like Amelia causing a scene up in here, it's gonna make him look very, very bad. And that's exactly why he has forbidden Indi to leave the premises. Indi doesn't know that yet, of course. She thinks she could go back to her home any freaking time, but she can't. She's essentially a prisoner in her own family's house. It's really, really sad. So I did a deep drink, but as you guys can see, it barely brought her from the brink of the end. Well, unfortunately for us, there's not much we can do. We're going to have to go back to the house. Amelia's going to go and take a shower. And we're going to try to convince Nick to be able to allow us to have a couple prisoners for, you know, our blood-sucking leisure. And then later, I'm going to hopefully be able to train Indi to be able to tame her new vampiric state a little bit easier. So I'm going to have her go and just take a shower. It looks like Leroy is home, and he is about to die. He is starving. So flippin' bad. All right, so what I can do is I can give him some of the plasma packs that Nick Ravini currently has in his inventory and just hope and pray that these will do some good. Like I said, I think everybody here is unfortunately suffering from that sloppy drinker trait. Sometimes being super powerful doesn't have its perks. And in order for Indi to kind of function amongst the living, she needs to have the immunity to the sunlight. Well, guess what, guys? She ain't gonna have no damn immunity until she's a master vampire. She is nowhere near it. If anything, I hope that Indi figures, see, like, that did nothing for him at all. Because of that stupid, sloppy drinker trait. I mean, it did a little bit, but he had to, like, take 3, or, oh no, he only drank 1. All right, so let's have him drink 2 more and hope that this will do enough. Like I said, Leroy doesn't necessarily need to be that sim that feeds on on the living, but he does just for, you know, just for that extra little benefit there. There's a whole bunch of pigeons in the square. I really don't know what to do. I may have to, like, cheat the thirst stuff just until I figure out a better way of coping with this. This is actually so bad. I don't want anybody to die here, so I am going to be cheating just a little bit. Just bear with me because this isn't our, like, you know, our everyday household. I don't think it should bother us too bad, but anyway, I'm going to have Leroy go ahead and sit. And Leroy does actually have a friend from school that he really, really, really likes a lot. And Corey knows basically Leroy's deepest, darkest secrets. And Leroy just wants to be a normal teenager. He wants to have a girlfriend. He, you know, wants to be able to go to social events and parties and all this kind of fun stuff. But unfortunately, Nick is such a controlling person that even his own son doesn't have those leisures, you know? He tries to stay out of the spotlight in that aspect. So what I'm going to do is have Nick go ahead and stop playing the organ. He's been playing all morning. I think he has cramps in his fingers. We're going to probably do something else. We're going to go and do a mathematical diagram as Leroy here's on the phone. I think Indi should be feeling a little bit better, a little bit perkier. She should be ready for her training. Looks like Amelia is also ready to do the deed. I'm going to have cheat her need as well, just for now. Oh my god, I don't want anybody dying. That is what essentially is going to happen at this point if I don't control it or figure out a mod that works for these kind of circumstances. Like, seriously, it's hard. All right, so is it dark outside? Can we go out and play? I don't think so, unfortunately, but we do need to have them spar and have Amelia train Indi. I think up here would be a perfect area to do it, so let's go ahead and have her go here. She's feeling really, really tense. She feels the need to go and steal. Well, Forgotten Hollow isn't off limits, so we may actually have her sneak out tonight and do that. Although I can only imagine how furious Nick would be if she actually ended up escaping. Did you guys see the alarm that they have? This isn't for burglars. This is for in case she tries to leave. It is that serious right now. All right, I love her pajamas, but she definitely needs to get into her everyday wear. She's finally kind of cleaned up that runny mascara. And let's see if Amelia can go ahead and offer some training. Indigo needs to be in a better emotional state to do this. So Indi is feeling a little upset. And we're gonna try to like have her perk up her attitude by, you know, Amelia just sharing some knock-knock jokes with her. And the intensity isn't just the need to steal something. It's essentially the need to feel free, the need to be back into her old life. Like, seriously, at this point, you guys, that crappy little apartment with the cockroaches and mice and even annoying Brian don't seem all that bad compared to the alternative, which is this right here. I have never seen Amelia laugh so hard. I really do know that, if anything, she feels like Indigo is her second chance at raising a daughter. And look at how quickly their bond has progressed, you know? I think there is definitely something to be said about that here. All right, so she should be just about coming off of this little tense, you know, fit thing that she's throwing here. And we can go ahead and now offer that training. Like I said, the more that we can be able to do this, the quicker we will be able to get her to be able to control certain things that she needs to survive as a vampire in the public, I guess, instead of being a prisoner here. I think another thing that I was going to have Amelia do was take Indi out for a drink, out to the bar. We could even go around town and meet some of the new vampires. Let Indi kind of get acquainted with her own and have some friends. Maybe at the end of the day, she wouldn't feel so lonely. All right, what is she doing? She's scratching her tots. She's like, ooh, cramps. I know, everybody's getting cramps these days, but I think she's doing pretty well. Indigo is now a minor vampire. She has started the ascent to unhallowed rank of Grand Master Vampire. Keep using powers, researching vampires, and talking to other vampires to learn more vampire experience. All right, well, I think she's pretty much pooped out, and Amelia wants to go and basically introduce her to people around the city of Forgotten Hollow, which is supposed to be strictly vampires. Although I'm not gonna lie to you, we do on occasion get a few brave souls that don't last very long around here. I wonder why. All right, so what I'm gonna do is have her go ahead and ask Nick Ravini if it's okay for us to go out and about. Of course, Indi's just gonna kind of stay upstairs and I don't know, whatever at this point. So let's see if she can, while Amelia is downstairs, sneak on the computer and, oh my god, I'm like kind of getting nervous. I'm like, I'm actually shaking. She's gonna go and chat with Brian just to kind of see how Anaya is doing. Like I said, we are not supposed to be having any sort of communication with really anybody at this point, but we are doing it anyway. He said it's totally fine, but if anything goes south, please give me a call, give me a ring, and I will be right there. At this point, Indi does refuse to sleep in a coffin, believe it or not, but if she doesn't, her energy actually depletes a lot faster, so she needs to just accept this lifestyle, but I don't think it's going to happen right away. Oh, Anaya. Her birthday is actually coming up. Brian's saying he hopes she makes it home in time and that he misses her, and she's in good hands and not to worry. So that also makes Indi just feel a little more at ease. So we're gonna have her go ahead and get off the computer. Looks like Leroy is getting a text from Gene Jr. McKinley. What? I've been thinking opposites might attract. This may be crazy, but let's go have dinner at Hell's Kitchen and see if things get spicy. You're related. Boy, drama. Anyway, let's have her get off the computer for the 5th time and change into her non-vampire form. Hi, dark form. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so Nick and Amelia are still talking, but I think it is time for us to go ahead and travel. So one of the homesteads I wanted to go and visit was I do like the Caleb Valador, but I do have a family over here that I did in, oh, I didn't, did I not? Oh my goodness. Oh, well, they haven't moved in yet. Okay, that's fine. I was waiting. Maybe they moved out because I could have sworn I put a freaking family in there. That is hilarious. All right, well, we are just going to go and visit the Vatore household with Caleb and his sister. And I guess Mrs. Indi is going to tag along. Now, this is kind of Amelia's way of integrating her, like I said, into her surroundings and hoping that she'll feel a little more comfortable, a little more at home, and essentially at ease. But Amelia's not getting at that. Even though she's able to suppress her emotions and her need to be with family, Indi hasn't mastered those skills yet, and that is very much a part of her. In so many ways, Indigo is just like her grandmother. It is honestly scary. So here is Caleb, and we are just going to go and give everybody a friendly introduction here. We're just going to pretend like we already know them, even though we kind of don't. Where did she go? She is chasing Caleb. Oh, he's inside the house. This is definitely a little spooky. I'm going to have Indi go ahead and be such a mortal and knock on the door. She's just going to, yep, there she is, allowed inside here. And I think what I'm going to do is see if I can have Caleb actually go ahead and introduce himself to Indigo. So let me see. I'm going to have her talk up Indigo Springston really quick. But first, she's also introducing herself to Caleb's sister. So there's a lot of siblings I've noticed. I think a lot of people take refuge into Forgotten Hollows. So you're going to see a lot of people moving and coming and all that kind of fun stuff. Indy is actually getting I got a tip that it's aliens night at the bar tonight. Do you want to go? Oh, Brian keeps calling her. Oh my goodness. Wow, I'd love to get to know her. Okay, so Caleb's actually going to come up here and introduce himself. He's quite cute, actually. Oh, he seems like he's a sweetheart. Awesome. Well, I like that about him. I spoke with Indigo, and I find her quite pleasing. Aw, that's good. If we get the acceptance of other Sims around, I think we'll be able to be free a little bit more. Indi is just really taken back by this is her life. Like this seriously seems so weird to even me. It's very strange. I wonder if everybody would like to go to the drink for the bar or to the bar. Okay. She's like trying to talk to Caleb, but he's like ignoring her. We're going to express our admiration. I think Caleb is a good vampire, so this is probably why she's feeling drawn to him. You know, she doesn't want to be like her grandmother in the essence of just being able to nibble on everyone's necks. All right, so Amelia has learned that Lilith is active, and right now Caleb and Indi are showing each other what they've got in terms of superpowers. He's like, show me what you've learned so far. He honestly doesn't even look that impressed, but look at how quickly their relationship has taken off. And maybe he would like to go out to the bar with her, and Amelia can stay here and play chess. Now, Nick was told not to allow her out of her sight, but you know, if we know one thing about Indi, she's a Springston, and she sure as hell isn't going to listen to what anybody else has to say. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to travel with Caleb, solo dolo, just me and him, over to the Mystic Pub. Yes. I did create this lot in case you guys were interested. I will, I think you can download it on the Gallery Gen 2606. I don't think it has the CC glitch, but if it does, just make sure that you enable allow custom content under the advanced tab on the gallery, and you will be good to go. All right, so here we are at the Mystic Pub, and we are basically underdressed. It's alien night, and parched patrons from otherworldly locates can enjoy a drink at a discounted price. I really want to be able to have that skill where you walk so fast. Caleb looks like he's ordering a drink. I wish I could order a drink for the group too. Maybe we can get a couple plasmas on the rocks, some plasma janes, and see how those taste. Well, it's something that Caleb suggested, so we might as well go ahead and try that out when we're on our way here. All of the bartendees are compelled to forget everything once they leave the store here, so we don't have to really worry about being discovered. What is this? Omar Beasley? He's actually really cute too. I like his little outfit. All right, so we're waiting for our drinks, and Caleb really does seem like a really awesome guy. Ooh, delicious. And he's double fisting those plasma janes. I mean, it really does pay to have a hot neighbor, doesn't it? Look at him. He is so cute. Yeah, and he's like giving me that side eye, like he knows it too, huh? Oh my goodness gracious. All right, well, let's get to know him a little bit better. We are feeling, no, I thought we were feeling flirtatious. We're not feeling flirtatious. She was. All right, well, I'm going to come over here and flatter him a little bit. Hopefully, I'm going to take that drink with me because that shit was expensive. But she's mingling. She's talking to people, but she has to be careful of what she says. All right, so let's see if I can discuss some interests with Caleb. Also, I'm just going to ditch this conversation because honestly, it's not really that fun. But yeah, all right, this is nice. I like it here. And this girl looks like she's naked, but I promise me, she's not. We got a lot of bald-headed Sims running around here. It's that stupid conversion. But actually, for the most part, it's worked out pretty well. Other Sims ask about other Sim. I kind of want to know about his sister, to be honest. She seemed really reserved. And that's another thing. I miss my friend, Riley, my one solitary friend that I had. But unfortunately, I don't think we got a chance to actually be invited to get to know her. So Amelia has noticed that, and Caleb took off. Oh, crap. Yep, it's probably because he knows that Amelia is going to notice that her granddaughter took off. So what we're going to do is we're going to come into the bar here. We're obviously pissed off that she just decided to go and do what she pleases. And we're going to kind of chew her out for it, to be honest. She needs to understand that she doesn't know who she is, what she's capable of yet, and she isn't free to go as she pleases. Of course, Indi was under the assumption she was free. She never knew she couldn't, so this is going to come as quite a shock to her. And honestly, it's probably going to piss her off quite a bit. Like, I could imagine this making her really, really, really angry. So we're going to go and make her upset due to this news that she's enraged. She's pissed. What do you mean I'm not free to go wherever I want to go? You don't know what you're capable of right now, is what she's trying to explain to her. I can't stay here forever. I need to see my daughter. I have a life. This isn't my life. This is just a circumstance. Well, unfortunately, no, this is your life. And she's going to go and drink uncontrollably from the bartender because she is enraged. Oh my God, girlfriend, you are losing control in front of all of these people. You are, oh no, honey, don't do it. Don't do it. There's rules in Forgotten Hollow, and this, oh my God, is one of them. How rude. One should ask permission before ravishing another's neck. Seriously? Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know what she is doing, but she's just showing that she is capable of her own damn emotions, and she is capable of doing whatever the hell that she wants. So she is enraged and basically on the loose. So Amelia's going to have to go ahead and like wrangle her up and try to get her back to the house, which I don't know how that's going to even happen. And she wants to show off her dark form. She's just sucking endlessly now. Hopefully she doesn't end up killing her because that would seriously be a messy cleanup. Nobody seems to even be paying much attention. But of course now we have ran out of a bartender. Amelia is like, get your Kalita outside right now. And we're going to have Amelia and her go ahead and come into the commons where I think Amelia and her will spar for a quick minute. Hopefully her being enraged will simmer down a little bit, but yeah, this is really bad. I'm actually I'm impressed though. She's not taking any crap. She's really freaking not. So let's go have the two do a little sparring since, you know, they're angry and they can take it out on each other. Hopefully, I don't know. May not actually end up happening. Let me see if I can try to make this a thing. She might be too angry to actually have it be a possibility. I can cause hallucination. I can deprive her of her needs. And I can do irresistible slumber. So I think I actually may just do that. I may end up having her pass out right here because she is a hazard to herself. And after the scene that she caused, she can't be trusted. Amelia May Springston is realizing that her freaking granddaughter is a loose cannon. And now we have to call our brother and let him know what's going on. So you know what? No, we can't. We can't. No, because if Nick finds out we can't control it, what are we going to do? Maybe we can bring her over to Caleb's house and hide her. Crap. She didn't really think this one through. How long is she going to be sleeping here? Overpowering sleep. Can I make her? No, she's enraged. She's pissed. Well, I guess Amelia is just going to sit on this park bench until her granddaughter wakes up. And what we're going to do is just go check on Mr. Ravini and make sure that he is okay, because I know these stupid freaking... how do you say, these needs, they're uncontrollable, they're crazy. Vampires are so temperamental and they're really hard to manage. Like, so freaking difficult. I'm like, I don't want to be in this household too long because I'll probably pull my damn hair out. But that was interesting. I was really surprised how that all just kind of unfolded there. She was like proving something to Amelia, almost making her feel kind of like intimidated, but also proud at the very same time. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, so we need to call Amelia because it's kind of late. There has been no phone call or sight of either. I wonder if I can. No, I can't call any of them right now. Okay, that kind of sucks. I wish I could, or at least text message them or something. All right, where is Leroy these days? He is washing his manitos in the sink. We're actually probably gonna have him go ahead and go downstairs and sleep. This is Nick's casket, in case you guys are wondering, and then because he's like the head vampire, he gets that one. This is Amelia's, and this is Leroy's. So I'm going to have him go ahead and go to sleep. Nick is feeling, how is he feeling right now? Pretty good. His thirst is a little low. Like I said, I'm going to try to figure this out because I don't want to kill anybody, so just bear with me here. I think Nick, though, is going to wait up for them, and they should be coming home very, very, very shortly, actually. So I'm going to have her come home, and then also Amelia as well. And Nick is going to be standing in the hall, kind of just waiting and chatting and seeing how the night went with the both of them, hoping there was no incidences that he has to clean up later. I love this, though. I'm going to be freaking real with you. Where did she go? She's coming home. And she's been compelled to forget the night. So, of course, the first thing Amelia is going to do, she's going to come in here. She's going to flatter Mr. Nick Ravini and also give him a hug. He's going to wonder how ladies' night went. And it went beautifully. Everything was just perfect. Indi's pissed. She may not look mad right now, you guys, but I promise you she is not a happy camper. And up to her room she goes for the night. She doesn't even want to talk to anybody. Nick is really glad, though, that everything went without a hitch. Although if he really knew the truth of it all, I don't think he would be approving of much. See, I found a lot of crazy info on vampires on the computer. I'm sure you did. You probably saw the freaking local news with Indigo just sucking the blood out of her freaking bartender. But anyways, you guys, one of the things that I feel like we're going to suffer with the most is her trying to leave constantly and getting in trouble. But I really do know that Anaya is like more than her having to feed on plasma or anything. Anaya is her bloodline. She will not be able to be without that little girl for much longer. She just won't. So I'm really interested in what your guys' theories, thoughts behind that are. Like, how do we reunite them? Because right now, the only thing that's standing in the way between her and Anaya is obviously a roadmap, because she has no idea where the hell she is, and these two vampires down here. Interesting. Well, I hope you all enjoyed, because I've recorded this part 3 freaking times. And if you did, give this video a big fat thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below where the sun does not shine. And I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.